All right, let me do a quick audio check. Should be okay. All right, cool. So I'm in kind of a tough spot. I don't know what I want the Dolphins to do right now. First of all, Skylar Thompson had another good day. Tua played very well with the snaps he had. Teddy did Teddy things. Running game looked a lot better. Overall, our offense seemed to really have a good theme going. I know we were playing Eagles backups, but the idea that no matter if we had our ones, twos, threes, whatever, we had the same idea on offense and defense, regardless of who was playing. I think that really sets us up for success. That way, when injuries do happen down the line, everybody's all on the same page. So I do love that. Greg Little, I do need to take a look at the film, but he looked a lot better at left tackle than Lornell Coleman did. And overall, Greg Little has looked better throughout the preseason. He's played mostly right tackle for us. And I'm kind of thinking he might end up being our swing tackle, but I do want to take a look at the film before I, just outright come out and say that. But just from first glance, that is what I'm thinking. So don't be surprised if you guys get a Greg Little film session tomorrow. But I have been having a really bad problem of having videos get blocked, especially these preseason videos. I've tried to do a lot more than I've actually put out, and they keep getting blocked. So hopefully I can get it through. If not, I'll probably do a video dedicated to Greg Little. Even if it's not a film session, I'll probably just come out and say what I seen on film if I can't get the film session out. So we'll see about that. But the main thing is I definitely need to think a little bit closer about who I want to make this roster, because I was talking about it on Twitter. There's a bunch of different positions where it's really tough for me to figure out, like, these position battles, like wide receiver and running back especially. So obviously, like at running back, our number 1 and 2 is Chase Edmonds and Raheem Mostert. But after that, it gets a little bit weirder. It's tough without the all 22. And no, I didn't cover the deep pass. I liked it. It's what I wanted to do the second Tyreek Hill was out there, just let Tua throw it deep. He did sort of underthrow it, possibly. But again, I wish I could see the all 22s right now, only because I'd like to see where the safeties were. Because it did seem like there was a safety up top that was kind of close. So he may have been throwing it to a spot where only Tyreek could get it. So again, I would really need to get a better look at where that safety was. But overall, it was 58 yards in the air, I think it was, or close. So I thought it was pretty good. And I know a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people say that if that was Patrick Mahomes, that it would have been a touchdown. I don't think that's necessarily true. Patrick Mahomes underthrew Tyreek Hill pretty often too. The big thing about Tyreek Hill is his yak. And that is not comparing Tua's arm to Pat Mahomes, because Tua's arm is definitely not as good. Just saying. But the running back room, it like I was saying, is really tough. And I'll get more into detail about like who I want to make this roster, probably in a separate video, either tomorrow, maybe Monday. But some of these position groups, it's really tough. Like I said, you got Chase Edmonds and Raheem Mostert as our number 1 and 2. But after that, I don't know. I'm kind of out on Sony Michel at this point. I'm kind of wanting Gaskin to be our number 3 guy. And then for me, it's between Savon Ahmed and Zaquandre White for that 4th running back spot, if we're going to run with 4 running backs. And that's a big if, because I think we're gonna have to run with 3 quarterbacks. Because I don't think we're gonna cut Teddy, and we can't cut Skylar. He's got to be on this team. I'm not trying to lose Skylar at all. By the way, sorry, I'm sick. It is what it is. And then wide receiver is really tough too. We have our top 4: Tyreek Hill. We got Jalen Waddle. We got Cedric Wilson. We got Easy. Then after that, it gets a little bit weirder. Braylon Sanders has had a fantastic training camp. So in my mind, he's probably our number 5. And I'd like to keep 6 receivers. So I kind of mentioned it on Twitter. River Craycraft, Mohamed Sanu, and Lynn Bowden have been electric all preseason and training camp. So I don't know what to do with that information. Craycraft and Sanu both know the system. Sanu is a pretty good blocker. Craycraft is younger. So that's something interesting there. But Bowden gives you value as a kick and punt returner and can actually play a little bit of running back too, can throw a little bit. I don't know what to do with that. I'm kind of leaning toward Lynn Bowden, but I think that's biased just because I like him better. I don't know. Yeah, Preston's gone. I would have already cut Preston. If it were me making the decisions, he would have already been gone. I would have cut him before DeAndre Johnson. I would have let DeAndre Johnson come in tonight. Because I thought he's had a pretty good preseason. That just is what that is. D'Angelo Ross, one of our corners, got hurt. Hopefully he's okay, but I don't think he was going to make this roster regardless. Maybe first couple weeks just because we have so many injuries at corner. Let me pull up our roster real quick. I think Keon Crossan has played really well. Cater has definitely played very well. So I think those 2 will probably make it. And I think Noah survives another preseason on this team just because of all the injuries we've had. I think if Trill Williams was still here, I would be cutting Noah right now. But he's not going to be playing this year, so it is what it is. And again, I'm probably going to take a look at some more film before I really give my full thoughts on people who are going to make this team. The Channing Tindall play, giving up the outside for that run, that did suck. I'll talk about Darius Hodge in a second. That did kind of suck, though, with Channing Tindall, but that is a little bit of what I'm worried about with him is because he is a little bit inexperienced just because it was tough for him to really get on the field because of how stacked that Georgia defense was. So he is a very athletic player, but the mental processing, he's just going to have to play through that until he develops. Darius Hodge is a very good player. Andrew Van Ginkel, I'm not really sure where the progress is with him, but I've really liked him. At the very least, I don't know if he can survive on practice squad, though. That's the thing. I hope he can, because I don't know if he makes this roster, but not the 53. I'd like him to, but for edge rusher, because I do have a 53-man roster pulled up in a Word document. I'm looking at it right now, like what the people I want. And my edge rushers right now, I have 5 of them. Emmanuel Agba, Melvin Ingram, Jalen Phillips, Andrew Van Ginkel, and Porter Gustin. And then Cameron Good, I kind of have as a linebacker, but he's kind of edge as well. So I don't know. But that's why I like Porter Gustin as well, is because he's another guy who can play linebacker. So that kind of makes it interesting. So I don't know. It's really tough for Darius Hodge to make this team. I really like him a lot, but we also have a lot of edge rushers. Edge rusher, wide receiver, and running back is really tough this year. Yeah, we're going to be upset regardless. Because Porter Gustin and Darius Hodge have played out of their minds this preseason. No, I think Cameron Good stays. Because of the position versatility, I really like Cameron Good. And, he does have the clout of being a recent draft pick. And we only had 4 of them this year. So, yeah, I do think that Brennan Scarlett's gone. I wouldn't keep him. I do like Brennan Scarlett, but he would be out for me. And like I said, Porter Gustin, AVG, and Cameron Good being able to actually play linebacker as well, and not like edge rusher linebacker, but I would actually let them do some coverage things as well. So, like, I think those guys, like, if you were a 4-3 team, I think you could line them up at Sam and they'd be fine. So that's where I'm kind of at with them. And this defense likes to move people around, so having people who have position versatility is really good. So that's a thing. And Channing Tindall, we're probably going to have to stash at the bottom of our roster because we can't really put him on the practice squad. Because he'll definitely get stolen because of his athleticism. So he's probably just going to have to be at the bottom of our depth chart. So having people like Porter Gustin who can line up at linebacker would be good. Yes, Scarlett's gone. I think that Hodge and Gustin have definitely beaten him out for sure. Let me take a look as well. Ben Steely was a surprise. I did like him when we signed him, but I wasn't expecting him to play as well as he did in preseason. But it is a good surprise because Adam Butler, of course, we ended up having to release him because of a failed physical. So him really stepping up is huge for us. Benito Jones has also played very well. He was more of just a nose tackle when we signed him, but he is starting to develop more as a pass rusher. Yeah, Preston's gone. I would have already cut Preston Williams. I would have came into this game with DeAndre Johnson, the edge rusher, still on the roster, and Preston Williams would have already been gone. That would have been my call. But, it is what it is. Because then you could have given like Lynn Bowden some more snaps at receiver. But that's just me. I just don't think Preston does enough for us. He has had a hard time staying healthy, and when he has been healthy, he doesn't really create separation that well. He's not super fast, not a super great route runner, and he's had a hard time catching the football as well. He has a big problem with drops. I don't know. I don't know if we can really trade Lynn. I don't know if I want to. Because I kind of want him as our 6th receiver. Yeah. Because the thing about Bowden is that if we keep him, I think we can do a lot of interesting things with him offensively, but also keeping him as a punt and kick returner. I don't think we can carry 7 receivers. I would like to, but the fact that we're probably going to have to run with 3 quarterbacks and we're carrying a fullback makes it really hard to keep 7 receivers. It just does. I'm kind of ready to cut Teddy so I can keep a receiver. I'm kind of there because we can't cut Skylar Thompson, so I don't know what to do with it. But like I said, Lynn Bowden being able to return kicks and punts, I think does have some value just so that Javon Holland and Tyreek Hill don't have to do it full time. Yeah, he is really low on the depth chart, but if Javon Holland or Tyreek Hill get hurt on a kick or punt return, I'm going to cry. You know what I'm saying? And whatever we're going to get for Lynn Bowden would probably be like a 7th round pick anyway. We're probably not going to get a whole lot for him. So I'd almost rather just keep him. That's just kind of my thought. But again, I don't even know if he makes the team because Mohamed Sanu and River Craycraft have been playing out of their minds as well. And they both know the system. I don't know what to do with that information. And also, if you keep Lynn Bowden, you might be able to have one less running back. I don't know. Because Mohamed Sanu knows the system, and he's the better blocker of the three. River Craycraft also knows the system, but he played pretty well in the preseason. I don't know about Sherfield. I think I might be out on him. He's a good receiver. All the guys we're talking about right now are really good receivers. Our receiver room is just stacked. You think Gaskin's gone? I don't think so. I'm actually trying to cut Sony Michel, to be honest. I think he's a little bit redundant at this point, and I think he's kind of washed. I would run with Edmonds, Raheem Mostert, Gaskin, and then either Zaquandre White or Savon Ahmed. Yeah, I agree. Gaskin is our third running back. I agree. But I can't decide between Ahmed or Zaquandre White. I think Ahmed is the better player right now, but I don't think we're going to re-sign him after this year. Where Zaquandre White, and we only have 1 year left on Ahmed's deal. Where Zaquandre White, we have 3 years with him for sure, and a 4th year option for dirt cheap. So I'm partially leaning toward him. We might be able to stash Zaquandre White on the practice squad, but I don't know. Someone might take him. But running back value isn't great. I don't know. That one's tough. But my first three are definitely Edmonds, Mostert, and Gaskin. Especially because Mostert has some serious injury concerns in the running back position in general, and Gaskin has been very consistent for us. So I would definitely hang on to to Gaskin. That would be my thinking. But I don't know. Maybe not. Offensive line. I mean, like I said, Teron Armstead will obviously be here. Connor Williams, either at guard or center, probably center. Austin Jackson, obviously, will be here. I'm thinking Greg Little for our swing tackle over Larnell Coleman. I might roll the dice and put Larnell Coleman on the practice squad. See if he gets signed, because he's been kind of shit, to be honest with you. And I think I would run with 4 guards. I think I'd run with Liam, because we can't really cut him. Robert Hunt, Robert Jones. And I think Solomon Kinley has actually played well enough to stay here. And he was actually doing some second-level blocking today and actually throughout preseason, so he's shown that he can do it. So I don't know. That would be what I would do. And then you would have Connor Williams and Michael Dieter at center. And Michael Dieter is the only player on our team that's actually started regular season games at center, so we can't cut him. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked about that either. I would actually really like to sign a swing tackle from somewhere. Because I'm not really happy with Greg Little. Because at some point, Teron Armstead is going to lay down and say, ouch. At some point. And we need to learn from what the Cowboys are going through right now with Tyron Smith. Because same thing with him. Tyron Smith hasn't finished a season since like 2015. Teron Armstead is also a guy that gets hurt a lot. So we need to prepare for that now and go get a swing tackle. Or sign a right tackle who's better than Austin Jackson and let Austin Jackson be the swing tackle. Something like that. But at least, like I said, by keeping the guards, having people like Robert Hunt or Liam Eichenberg who can play tackle if you need them to. So I don't know what to do. But what sucks, and this is what makes roster building kind of whack, is I have to keep some of these offensive linemen I can't stand. Like I hate Greg Little and Larnell Coleman. I hate them both. But we're gonna have to keep one of them as our swing tackle probably. But meanwhile, Mohamed Sanu, Lynn Bowden, and River Craycraft. I love all three of those dudes. And I'm going to have to cut at least two of them. Bullshit. It's bullshit. I don't like it, but it kind of is what it is. Same thing with edge rusher. Like, we're probably going to have to lose someone I really like. We're probably going to have to lose Darius Hodge. Really sucks. Maybe we could stash him on the practice squad and no one notices. But I don't know. Cornerbacks, I think Xavier Howard, Byron Jones, Nick Needham, obviously is our starting three. And I'm keeping three others. I'm keeping Keon Crossan. I'm keeping Cater, and I guess Noah. I think if Trill Williams stayed healthy, Noah would be off this team right now. But after the injuries we've had, I think we have to keep Noah Igbinoghene, even though I can't stand him. At least he has some value as a returner, I guess. Even though he's not even really that great at it, we just do it because we're trying to justify him being here. But I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Elijah Campbell, I'm kind of leaning toward being one of the safeties that makes it. Also, I hope Eric Rowe is okay because I did notice he made a tackle against a running back, and afterwards he kind of grabbed his shoulder. Hoping he's okay. If not, that's another fucking DB. Jesus. And we do quite a bit of big nickel things, so Eric Rowe is very important to this team. And just for rotation wise, because he is a guy that can play free and strong. So he's kind of the relief guy for Javon Holland and Brandon Jones. So hopefully he's okay. And I think our depth at safety is pretty lacking. It's tough because Clayton is a pretty good special teams guy. So he might have to stay on the team. But Elijah Campbell has also played very well. So I'm kind of leaning toward him being here too. But Elijah Campbell's basically just a free because he's too small to play strong. So it's really tough. I don't know what to do with this information. I'm gonna have to watch a little bit more film. Definitely going to watch Saquandre White and Ahmed. I don't know if I'll do film sessions on them. But I'm going to watch them both and kind of make the comparison. Because right now, I'm kind of fighting between the two of them for our fourth running back spot. Because I know Ahmed is the better player, but I need to see how big the gap is. Because if Ahmed is clearly like way better, then we're going to have to run with him and try to hope Zaquandre White doesn't get stolen off our practice squad. But if it's close, I'm keeping Zaquandre White on the practice squad. And I'll probably put Dokes. I'll keep Zaquandre White on the active roster, and I'll put Dokes on the practice squad. Because if we keep Ahmed, then we're going to have to put White on the practice squad, and Dokes is gone. Because we have no reason to keep two running backs on the practice squad. There's just no reason for it. So that's definitely one of them. And then, like I said, the wide receiver battle is going to be a tough one. Because I have no idea for that sixth spot. Because I don't know if we can warrant 7 receivers if we're going to be carrying possibly 3 quarterbacks and a fullback. So I don't know. Because if we do that, then we're really going to have to trim down heavy on defense, which I'm not trying to do. Let me actually take a look at that. NFL final cut date. August 30th. So that's what, Tuesday? Wednesday? That sucks. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because we don't have a 4th preseason game anymore. We have that bye in between the 3rd week of preseason and the start of the regular season, which I actually do like. lets people get a little bit more healthy right before the season starts. So we don't have long. So I don't know how many film sessions I'm really going to get before that cut line. Like I said, I've had a really hard time just getting the videos out. I've tried to do a lot more than has actually come out, but they keep getting blocked. No matter how many times I try to edit around shit, it just keeps getting blocked. I would like to do a Greg Little one. That's the one I definitely want to do. Because that one's going to be kind of important because I can't stand Larnell Coleman, and I really don't even like Greg Little. I haven't liked him even when he was coming out of the draft. Him and Austin Jackson gave me some bad vibes, but I thought they were both kind of soft and lazy. And, it's kind of turned out to be true. But Greg Little seemed to at least be better than Larnell Coleman, so we'll see. And he's definitely looked better at right tackle than Larnell did at left the last 2 weeks. And then when they moved Greg Little over to left tackle today, we definitely didn't have as many problems. So we'll see. I don't see that happening. Austin Jackson at least has the athletic, like the physical attributes to be a really good player. I just think he's too lazy to actually improve his technique enough to do it. That's been my thought process on him since he was coming out of the draft. I thought he was soft and lazy, but he's got the strength and has the athleticism to be as good of a player as he wants to be. Where Liam, his technique, I don't know what happened. His technique fell off a cliff after he got to the Dolphins. I don't know what the fuck happened because I thought his technique was at least okay at Notre Dame. But it fell off a fucking cliff when he got here. And he's also not that athletic or strong. So he doesn't even have that. I would love that. I would love to be wrong. I hope they prove me wrong. I hope all 5 are starting offensive linemen or Pro Bowlers. Do I see that happening? Probably not. But I hope they do. That'd be great. But we'll see. Maybe when we come to the regular season and, we're doing our whole offense, because the offensive line looked a whole lot better today with the actual blocking schemes that we're going to be running. When we're moving people around and everything like that, our offensive line did hold up much better. And yes, I realize Philly didn't play their starters, but still, that remained the same even once we weren't playing our starters. So it does make me feel a little bit better about the scheme itself. So we'll see. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna kind of finalize my thoughts. Probably give it a little bit more thought over the next couple of days. And I'll try to get a video out before the 30th, kind of talking about, who I want to make the final roster. I do have, like I said, a 53-man roster on a Word document. But, yes, I will say Austin Jackson is better than Liam Eichenberg. I will say that. And Austin Jackson has marginally improved from last year. He definitely has. His feet are marginally better. His hands are about the same, but his feet have improved a little bit. So I will say that. But like I said, I do have this Word document. I'm going to kind of play with it a little bit more and going to watch a little bit more film on some of the position battles that I'm really having a hard time with. Because like I said, that receiver and running back room especially, and the edge rusher room, I'm really having trouble with some of those bottom of the roster, the bottom of the depth chart guys. So, but anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Once this becomes a video. If you liked it, appreciate hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments in the comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.